Gene, can you take us through the process and how this developed today?
Yeah, I mean, just been a long day. Kind of started yesterday when I came to the final decision in my brain. Ran it by the president. He approved, and then today's just been a lot of conversation about how to finalize things.
Where does it stand in terms of his contract?
The
remaining portions of his contract.
He's been terminated for cause.
Okay.
Are you able to specify what the reasons are when you say he's fired for cause?
I don't want to get into it. There's language in his contract that addresses, certain things that could potentially bring embarrassment. Basically his comments about the student athletes and the negative reaction to those comments from a lot of sources, both nationally and locally, is where I thought we needed to make the decision.
And it wasn't that long ago that you extended his contract 2 times and showed a lot of confidence in him even a couple months ago in this room. Where did things start to go wrong in your mind?
Well, every year I kind of do evaluation of the year, and just the last couple of years we just haven't been doing what we kind of expected to do after the Elite Eight. And so I kind of go through that in my brain, and thought this year we started out really well, and it's just last couple of years haven't gone where I thought we should have been going.
You say for the comments embarrassing to the university and everything, just why was he allowed to coach in yesterday's game then against Houston?
Part of it was just where I was. I was out of town and couldn't put all this together, and had to get with the president in order to make sure we were all on the same page. And by that time, while he was playing the game is when I was making the decision and talking to the president.
Are you any closer to naming an interim head coach?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Driscoll, and he will be the interim for the remaining of the season.
And when you go through this next head coaching search, what are you going to prioritize in terms of traits?
That's a good question. Obviously, one of the things that probably we'll focus on is head coaching experience, and look and just see what kind of program they've had and what kind of success they've had as a head coach. Doesn't mean that'll be the only candidates we'll look at, but that's certainly where we're going to start.
How did you inform the team of this decision?
Coach Tang was allowed to. He came over and met with the team at 7:30, and then met with the staff. And after Coach Tang was done, I came in and talked to the team and told them where we were. Obviously, they knew because Coach Tang was the one that informed them. And then I just told them kind of what the moving forward was going to be, and I said I would visit with the staff and make a decision on the interim. And after the team left, I was able to talk to the staff and tell them the same thing, and then talked to Coach Driscoll after the staff and asked him to be the interim, and he said he would.
Still 6 games plus the Big 12 tournament left this season. I guess how did the players respond to the news, and how do you think they'll respond?
It's tough, right? I mean, it's an emotional thing. They go through all the standard emotions that you would think. They're shocked, they're sad, they're angry. I just ask them to, if they're angry, they should be angry at me. And that I asked them to finish the year strong for the program, for Coach Tang, for the staff, and focus their anger on me if they're mad at anybody, and do everything they can for their teammates in this program to finish out the year strong. And, they certainly kind of accepted that. And then I asked them if they had any questions, and they didn't, and then I told them they could take off.
Jerome's already released a statement saying he was going to fire the for cause classification for this. Just how do you anticipate this going in the next few weeks?
Well, I don't know. I'm not an attorney, so I guess at this point it lands in their hands, and we'll see where it goes.
What were conversations with Coach like following the Cincinnati game when he had that press conference?
Just asking him why, kind of how'd you come up with that? And just it was a little, I wasn't there when he said it, so it was kind of the post event, and just was asking what he was thinking and get his take, and then just went from there.
Financially, do you think you'll have a good base to work with as you look to bring in a new basketball coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of support for the basketball program. Their budget's strong. All those things still exist, and I don't see that being a problem. This is a great program, and it's got a great reputation, and I have no concerns at all about attracting top candidates for it.
Do you anticipate using a search committee when you do that?
Well, the committee will be probably Kenny and Casey Scott, maybe one other person within the department. I haven't decided about a firm yet. Sometimes that's helpful because it takes a lot of the pressure off of me, because you get a lot of calls and a lot of agents, but we'll kind of talk through that over the next couple of days and figure out if we're going to use a search firm or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gene, what would you say was a tipping point here? I know that you said that the comments on Wednesday brought a lot of embarrassment to the program at the university, but I mean, Coach has been in the news a lot this year. What was the real tipping point here that led you guys to this decision right now?
Well, like I said, it just the combination of things, and just that was when I just realized that what he said about the student athletes really concerned me.
When you asked him what he was thinking when he said that, what did he say?
I honestly don't remember what he said. I think he talked about, I'm going to get this fixed. And that was what his thought process was.
Bigger picture question. Started out with the Elite Eight. It was, as good as things have been in the basketball program since Jack Gardner. So what happened? What was the big picture story here of how we got from there to here?
That's a great question. If I had that answer, we probably wouldn't be sitting here today.